to start practice, we're going to start laying down, but first we're going to grab our yoga blanket and we're going to create what I call a long jelly roll. So a long jelly roll is a yoga blanket roll that's long enough to go from your tailbone to the back of your head. And you might just roll up a bath towel instead, right? This is pretty bath towel sized. We're going to start the long jelly roll. And we're going to use this as a tool for opening up our heart center this morning, for bringing ease to neck and shoulder tension, for aligning the posture, all sorts of goodness. We're going to take this very long jelly roll, and I'm going to place one end where my head will go and one end where my bum will go. And then I'm going to take a seat on the mat, keeping the strap close by if you would like that for this portion of practice. So we're going to first take a seat at the end of the jelly roll. Hey, Sarah, just so you know, I've rolled up this long yoga blanket here from tailbone to occipital bone, so the tip of the head. And we're just finding our way on top of it. And once you take that seat, we're going to lower ourselves down, bend the knees, plant the pads of the feet, and then take a moment to check in, because we want the back of our head supported. We want to feel the tailbone and low back supported right underneath here. And then once you find yourself here, do a little wiggle, do a little shimmy back and forth. We're going to come into goalpost or cactus arms. And so what this is we're widening our arms out into a T and then bending our elbows, resting our hands palm up. And this just allows an even more deep opening of the heart. And our job here is just to soften for a moment. You might close your eyes or let your gaze grow fuzzy. And allow your mind to travel down into your physical body. The first thing that you might notice is that pressure at the low back and the hips. Can you feel the low back and hips pressing down into this rolled up blanket? Can you travel up the length of that blanket into the shoulder blades? Can you feel the shoulder blades pressing down? Can you soften those shoulder blades a little bit? Let them melt. Let the neck melt, and can you feel the back of your head growing heavy down into that support? Relaxing your jaw, let your tongue find an easy, gentle home in your mouth. And then you might hang out here, enjoying your natural breath with each exhale, finding a little more ease, a little more relaxation and relief. Or you might join me in some pranayama, some breath work, just to further focus the mind and body and regulate our nervous system. So we'll do a double inhale. On your first inhale, we fill the body all the way. Go ahead when you're ready, and then hold the top. Our second inhale, we fill any remaining space in the body and hold. And then exhale nice and slow. When you're ready, inhale again, filling the body and hold. Second inhale, filling any remaining space and hold. Exhale, maybe you let that breath go just a little slower. A few more times. With that double inhale at your own pace, seeing if you can't really lengthen those exhales out as the shoulders, neck, and hips soften. The double inhale tells our mind and our nervous system that we are safe, that we are not being attacked by a bear, that we don't need to climb a tree or run. We can just be here and soften into the moment. When you're ready, find your natural breath And let's find a little movement. So from this place, we're going to press out through the elbows, feeling the arms lengthen through the armpits. Can you feel that as you press out into a T through your elbows? And then keeping that effort, pressing out through the elbows, flex the hands wide. So spreading those fingertips wide, feeling the whole of the hands engage. And then we're going to close the arms nice and slow. So pressing out through the elbows, flexing the hands. We're slowly going to close the arms. Press through those elbows. Press out through those fingertips. We're taking it really slow. Maybe the elbows kiss, maybe they don't. Hold here for a breath. And then on your exhale, take it down nice and slow. Beautiful. Let's do that slow, slow, slow. One more time. Pressing through the elbows, flexing the fingers, raising the arms till the elbows want to kiss, and then slow, open it back up, pressing through the elbows, pressing out through the fingertips. We don't relax the arms. Then let's move with the breath, keeping this engagement. Exhale to close the arms. Inhale to open them. As you inhale, opening those arms, can you feel the heart center pump up towards the sky? Exhale, elbows want to kiss, keeping those fingers flexed wide. Just a few more times. We're going to do some releasing tension in the neck and shoulders. We're going to start by building strength to support the body in these areas so that we can relieve that stress and tension and not go right back into it, but instead cultivate resilience in the body. Once or twice more at the pace of your own breath, and then soften those elbows open wide. Relax the hands and the forearms. Let's find a little sway with the knees. So you're going to notice as you sway the knees left and right that you're going to roll over this blanket from side to side. And you might just let that happen, sink into it. Let it be a boon for your practice. Let the knee sways be slow and juicy. You might even move at the pace of your breath, inhaling as you lift the knees, exhaling as you let them fall towards the side. And as the knees fall, can you soften through the outer hips? Can you let the knees grow heavy with each exhale? We're just warming up the hips and the low back here. A little love for our situation. Beautiful. On an inhale, let those knees rest skyward. Stretch the arms directly overhead, pressing out through those fingertips. And then as you exhale, continue to press out, but lift the arms up overhead. Feel the arms lengthen skyward as you pause here. You might even feel the back round a little bit on the blanket roll beneath you. And then we're just going to love a little bit more on that mid-back area. So as you exhale, cross your arms over one another. We're going to give ourselves a really big hug. You might walk your fingertips back towards those shoulder blades. Further opening up that back area. On an inhale, release the arms, fingertips skyward once more, pressing long. As you exhale, lower the palms down towards the earth. We're going to use our hands as a bit of an anchor here to support our core as we do some strengthening work for the hips and low back. So pressing the pad of the feet down into the earth, we're going to lift our left knee up towards the sky, keeping the knee bent, press through the heel, flex the toes towards the heart. And then keeping this engagement, pressing down through the hands, we're going to open this left knee out towards the left, nice and slow. We're always going to take it slow in our practice this morning, as far open as it wants to go. Maybe you even relax the inner thighs. We really want to keep this right knee tracking towards the sky. Sometimes it's going to want to fall over. Sometimes it's going to want to fall open. On an exhale of your choice, close this left knee back up towards the sky. So moving with the breath now, open this knee up. Exhale, close it. Three more breaths just like this. Building strength to support our back, to align our posture, to bring ease and pain relief to the body. And then on an exhale, we're going to cross the left ankle over top the right thigh. Find a bit of a figure four here by sliding the heel of your hand to the hip crease and then pressing that hip crease away. You might even roll it out and away. So rolling it out and away, just like that. You might lift the opposite hand, so your right arm up overhead if that feels nice. And then option to turn this into an early twist by taking that left foot and rotating it all the way on over towards the left as far as it wants to go. And maybe that's a lot, maybe that's a little. You might take your left arm and tee it out wide from the body, reaching in the opposite direction as that left foot. When you're ready, roll back onto your back, release that left foot, switch sides. So sweeping the hands down by your sides if they left, lifting that right knee, pressing through the heel, flexing the toes towards the heart, which keeps the leg engaged here. And then we're going to open it out towards the side, let it soften. Hold for a moment. You might even relax through that inner thigh as you continue to press through the heel, flex the toes towards the heart, and then bring it back in. So inhale to open, exhale to close. Inhale to open, exhale to close. And I failed to mention, as I should, I'm hanging out with my strap right here, y'all. Slide it behind the knee with the knee bent, holding it in that right hand. And then as you inhale to open or close, you can find ease there. Another 3 breaths or so, letting it be imperfect and messy. Letting it be a little struggle. Sometimes strength building is, and that's all right. The struggle is part of the process. As long as we're not experiencing pain. Beautiful. And then cross that right foot over the left thigh. Press the inner thigh away. Breathe deep into the belly here, stimulating the vagal nerves. When you're ready, rotate the pad of that right foot as far over to the left as you like. You might reach in the opposite direction with those right fingertips. And then from here, we're going to roll all the way onto our left side. So extend your left arm up overhead, rolling onto your left side. You might keep the pad of that foot planted or that right foot planted, but we're going to move this blanket out of our way because we don't need it for this moment. So from this side posture, extend the legs out long, grab your strap. I'm going to scoot down so I'm better in your viewpoint. So grabbing your strap, extending that left arm up overhead. We're gonna again press through the heels of both feet, flex the toes towards the heart. We're gonna find some sleeping Vishnu here. So bend this right knee up towards the heart and then open it skyward. This is a wonderful opportunity to grab your strap. If we strap this foot, strap the ball of the foot for this practice. So holding it just like this, or you can simply hold the inside or the outside of the thigh. Finding or preparing for our sleeping Vishnu. So this extended leg, we're still pressing through the heel, flexing the toes towards the heart. You might hang out just like this, inviting the knee up in towards the armpit. Or if and when you're ready, extend that leg skyward. And then here's the deal. Maybe you use the heart, maybe you use your fingers. You're going to invite that foot on up towards the armpit. At your own pace, right? Taking your own time. Beautiful. When you're ready, bend that knee, plant the foot in front of you one more time, and then press that inner thigh away. Even deeper, opening up that hip. This can get into the SI joint on the opposite hip as well if we're pressing that thigh away far enough. You might notice I've also rolled onto the outside edge of my right foot. Do what feels good for you. Maybe you keep the pad of the foot planted. And then when you're ready, release, rolling onto the belly, finding our Sphinx pose. So elbows underneath shoulders, palms planted. You might keep the toes curled. You might rest the tops of the feet on the earth. Widen those legs out if you're feeling any ache or sensation in the low back. And then we're going to find a big upper back twist here. So lifting that right elbow up, keeping the pad of that right foot planted. We're going to slide the left arm through, palm up as far as it goes until we're planting that upper left shoulder on the mat. My right arm that's up top here, I'm going to bring it below my left hand now that I'm in this situation and use as a kickstand. So I'm pressing into the palm to roll my heart center skyward. And first, let's experience this with both of our legs straightened out. Our goal is just to invite our heart center right up there. And then let's take this a bit further. So bending this right knee up in towards the chest, and then seeing how much further we can roll our heart center open. Letting that right knee sink right down into the earth as you roll your heart center open. And then maybe we take it a step further, pressing into the inside blade edge of this right foot, lengthen your leg out, roll the heart center even further open as this right arm reaches back behind you. Maybe your gaze follows the fingertips of that right arm. Maybe you're not like me and you don't have a tree in the way. Maybe you do have a tree in the way and it's beautiful all the same. On an exhale, close it back up. Let's straighten that leg out, finding our Sphinx posture one more time. This time, left elbow lifts. We slide that right arm through, palm up. Finding our kickstand, rolling the heart open as far as it goes with legs extended, relaxing those legs heavy. You might even wiggle those hips just to encourage them to release along with the thighs and the glutes. When it feels right, bend that left knee up towards the chest, rotate that heart center a little further skyward. And maybe you reach back with that left arm. Maybe you just rest it on your side. You get to decide how you roll and reach in your own body. If you want to take it a step further, pressing into the inside blade edge of that right leg or that left leg, lengthening out long, really rolling back into this. And then when you're ready, we're going to sweep our right arm up overhead. We're going to come into our sleeping Vishnu on the right side of our body. So press through your heels, flex your toes. Notice my feet don't stack here. One leg sort of hovers. That's because I got a thick, juicy thighs and booty. We just celebrate what is. From our sleeping Vishnu, bend the left knee in towards the chest, lift it up. Now grab your strap. I'm going to switch sides so y'all can see me. But finding the strap at the ball of the foot or simply just peace signing the big toes, holding the thigh, be how you want to be. There are so many different ways, to find your sleeping Vishnu. And then extend the leg if you'd like. Holding it on up towards that armpit. And then soften through the back of this leg here, that left leg as it reaches up towards the body here. And you soften through the heel of your foot, through your calf, through the back of the thigh, wherever you're feeling this stretch in your body. Allow your mind to notice it. And then can you invite any relaxation to that area? When you're ready, bend that knee, plant the pad of the foot in front of you. We're going to press that inner thigh away one more time. And really press using the whole length of your arm. So the shoulder presses away from the ears, and then you're using that length to press your arm down into your thigh. From here, lengthening the top leg out, we're going to press up into a seat, grab that yoga blanket. This time we're going to fold it into a nice pad for our seated practice. Now, we all know this seat is important because it helps make room for our thighs and belly. It helps align the lumbar vertebra, and it keeps us from any pain or discomfort so that we can really focus on the parts of our practice that we need to. So from Sukhasana, maybe legs are crossed here. Maybe you have your legs extended out to protect the knees. We'll go ahead and spend a little more time warming up the neck. So we'll imagine there's a piece of paper in front of our face. Your nose is a pencil, and you're going to draw little circles on that paper, about the size of a baseball. Relaxing the jaw. Breathing into the belly. Let the belly soften as you draw these little saucer-sized circles. And then let those circles grow and grow in size. Taking your time too. How big can you draw these nose circles on the sheet of paper in front of you? Can you really feel the stretch along the front of your throat as you draw the top of the circle? Can you feel the lengthening at the back of the neck as you draw the bottom of the circle? So many things to notice in such subtle movement. And then pause in a neutral spot and switch directions, big circles. Beautiful. Let the neck remain upright. This time, we're going to drop our right ear towards our right shoulder as far as it goes. Once we do that, round the shoulders up towards the ears and then squeeze those shoulder blades back as you roll the shoulders down. So we're still once more letting that right ear fall towards the right shoulder. As those shoulder blades squeeze back, the heart opens. And then we're going to take our right hand. We're going to extend it away from the body, pressing through the heel of the hand, flexing the fingers towards the heart. Just like our toes were earlier, this engages the length of the arm. Now, not only is this a nerve floss here, but a deep vagal stim, a wonderful stretch for the neck and shoulders, actively pressing through the heel, actively flexing the fingers towards the heart. And then when you're ready, release the arm, let the head float upright. Take a moment here to pause, feel sensation, maybe a soft floating, maybe an aching, a buzzing, a tingling, and then left ear falls towards that left shoulder. Squeeze the shoulder blades back and down to open the heart. Press that left arm out, flexing the fingertips towards the body as we extend through the heel of the hand and breathe. We have a tendency to want to clench our core, shallow our breath here. Invite ease to the breath, fullness. Let it be what it is. And then when you're ready, lowering the arm down, letting the head float upright, feeling sensation. From here, we're going to take our fingertips and let them touch the tops of our shoulders, just nice and gentle as a starting point. And then again, we're going to press out through the elbows, just like we were when we were laying down, pressing long out through the elbows, really feeling this extension, this length through the armpits. And then on an exhale, close those elbows. Feel the upper back, the shoulders round. And then inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, feel the shoulders contract, those shoulder blades pressing towards one another like we have a pencil that we're trying to squeeze between those shoulder blades. So exhale, close those shoulder blades. Oops, maybe the elbows kiss. Inhale, open it wide. Another round of breath. And then we'll pause with arms stretched out wide. And then I want you to do a few no's, nice and slow. Letting the jaw relax as you do. Looking as far left and right as your neck will allow you without pain or discomfort. And then let's find some yeses, lifting up through the chin and then lengthening through the back of the neck as you lower. The jaw remains soft and closed. Beautiful. Relax the head to neutral. This time as you inhale, lift the elbows skyward. So we're lifting up. We're drawing up through the armpits, up through the inner arms, pressing the elbows skyward. And then on an exhale of your choice, roll the arms back and down. Wonderful. Hold that. Shoulders pressing down towards the earth. The elbows are weighted heavy. And then on an inhale, can you lift length through the top of the head, lengthening through the neck, pressing through the crown, almost like there's a string that you want to pull gently skyward. Beautiful. On an inhale of your choice, sweep both arms up. As you exhale, press through the fingertips, lower the arms. We're either going to interlace our fingers behind us, or we're going to grab this nifty strap, hold it at our back, squeezing those shoulder blades together, pumping the heart center forward. Further opening the heart centers, we shimmy the tops of the hands down towards the earth. And then once more, let's find our yeses, lifting the chin skyward, exhaling, lengthening through the back of the neck. Big, slow yeses. And then big, slow no's left and right. Continuing to squeeze those shoulder blades. If you've got tech neck, if you're like me and you've got a connective tissue disorder, so your posture is always hunched. Here we are strengthening the muscles that support us and releasing the tension that closed us up. All right. Face finds a neutral position. Let's go ahead and take a fold. But for me, I want to make lots of space for my belly. So I'm going to extend my legs out from where my knees are bent. Press through the heels. Flex the toes towards your heart. This is going to keep you from hyperextending your knees. So it's engaging the legs. And then keeping the heels of your feet pressed down into the earth to support the low back. Lower your heart center down. Keeping the shoulder blades squeezing, opening that heart center, pressing through the heels of your feet. Let the heart lower at its own pace. And we're not looking for a big old fold here. We're looking to lower down to that point where our body says, yeah, I'm feeling the stretch all along the back of the legs, maybe up in the low back, maybe the shoulders or the neck. You find that point where you feel the sensation and then hang out with it. Breathing deep into the belly, letting it find softness as you melt, however much or little the body is asking for. And then on an inhale, rise up tall. Let's squeeze the shoulder blades once more, shimmy the hands down. Exhale, we're gonna lower ourselves over the top of that right thigh, and then let the head hang heavy. Squeeze the shoulder blades back. The forehead drops towards the earth, relaxing through the cheeks and the jaw. Really pressing through the heel of that right foot as you lower the heart center down. And then rise up tall, switch sides, lower when you're ready. Finding this surrender with each exhale, dropping the forehead down towards the top of that left thigh. You might really feel your right sits bone grounded down into that blanket, your right butt cheek, as you lower your head down towards that left thigh. Inhale, rise up tall, release your hands. Let's shake them out. Let's do some wrist circles one way. Wrists are important, y'all. And wrist circles the other way. Let's get into our ulnar nerve here by making okay signs. And then like we're holding a little teacup, we're just gonna sip the tea and then bring it back down, pour it out behind you. So we're gonna sip the tea, lift the elbows as you do, and then pour that tea out behind you like you're lifting your pinkies back towards the wall behind you. Moving with the breath. Wonderful. And then for side stretches, let's plant the right hand, lifting that left arm over top. And then our goal here is to just lengthen all through the left side body. So that left sit bone really grounded, the left heel really grounded. We're pressing out and over with those left fingertips. And then this supporting arm, this right arm here, bending that elbow as much as you would like to deepen the stretch. And then I always invite, can you feel your breath along the left side of the rib cage here? Can you let each breath in lengthen the side body? Another breath or two, exploring and lengthening. And then on an inhale, sweep both arms up. Let's switch sides. Grounding through that right sit bone, lengthening out through those right fingertips. Sinking as deep down into this length as you want to surrender. Breathing all into the right side of that rib cage. On an inhale, rise up, switch sides. This time, as you lean and stretch, we're going to take a gentle heart opener by pressing into that right arm, twisting the heart center skyward, sweeping the back of that left arm towards the wall behind you. So we're just opening up through the heart center. On an exhale, close it up. So right hand meets the left for just a moment, and then rise up tall, switch sides. Open up the heart when you're ready. Send each breath deep into the heart center here. On an exhale of your choice, right hand closes to meet the left-ish, right? And then rise up from here, finding ourselves, in 90-90. We're going to take our right leg, or left leg, excuse me. What am I doing? Left leg, left. Do what I do, not what I say. Place the pad of that left foot on the inside of your right thigh. Now, this might feel lovely, and this might be where you want to hang out for 90-90. Keep that in mind. If we want to take it a step further, this extended right leg, we're going to bend behind us, planting that inner heel. So this external hip rotation can be a lot. If you're like me and you're feeling it in this right hip, we're going to take the blanket out from underneath us, and we're going to place it underneath our left hip, or excuse me, our right hip. Nope, left hip. Wow, you guys, I do this every day and suddenly I'm looking at a computer and I'm mirroring myself and I can't. So bear with me. This is our right hip. This is where the sensation is at. We're going to take our blanket. We're going to put it up underneath our left hip. Sometimes my brain shorts out and as I'm mirroring y'all. And oh, to be human and messy. So from this 90-90, if you'd like a little more support underneath this left hip, you might fold your blanket up again. The higher this support is, the more relief that you're going to bring to the right side. So from here, to get into the mid back, the shoulders and the neck, we're going to take our left hand and plant it over on towards our left. This is a great opportunity to grab blocks if you want to bring some ease to the wrists here, because you can literally plant your forearm instead of your palm. But from here, we're going to sweep our right hand open. Exhale, thread it through this hole in our left hand. So inhale, sweep it open, letting our heart center follow the whole time. Exhale, sweep it closed. Heart center follows. So this stretch here gets into the hips, up into the mid back, the shoulders. We're pressing long through the crown of the head, out through the length of the spine here. So even our neck is finding love. On an exhale of your choice, hold this twist closed for a moment. Now you might take this right hand and plant it on the earth. From here, we're going to walk our hands towards the right until we find ourselves here in this fold. So here is a 90-90 fold. Letting the heart center melt at its own pace. Maybe you hang out here, arms extended, reaching through the top of the head. Maybe with each exhale, the heart and the belly melt towards the earth. Maybe you want to take this into pigeon pose, and from this 90-90 fold, you're going to extend that right leg behind you, curling the toes, finding a pigeon posture. So a lot of different ways that we can hang out right now. Find where your body wants to be. And then when you're ready, come back into your version of 90-90. Press up, rise tall. Let's find staff pose. So extending both legs long, we'll remove the blanket from beneath us. And then let's find 90-90 on the opposite side. So left leg out towards the left. We're going to bend this right knee in. Maybe you hang out just like this. Maybe you bend that left knee back. Again, if that left hip talks, we support the right hip this time. All right, hanging out here, grabbing your block for support or not, we plant the right hand and we start our twist. Inhaling, open the heart center. Exhale, close it up when you're ready. And really notice the sensations you're feeling in your body as you do this. We want to bring ease to our wrists, ease to the joints so that we can focus on the stretching of the muscles. And often what we're feeling is the stretching of the fascia, which supports the outsides of the muscles, which has 10 times the amount of pain receptors as your muscles. But as you exhale and surrender, where do you feel this twist? And maybe you hang out for a moment and pause just to observe. For me, I'm feeling it in my right inner thigh, my outer hip. I'm feeling it up in my rib cage, even up into my jaw. Every body is different. So you might take a moment and just ask yourself, where am I feeling this? And whatever answer you come up with, let it be enough. Let it be just right. You are correct about your body. Only you know you best. On an inhale, open it up, pressing through that arm, breathing into the heart center. And then on your next exhale, close it down. We're going to walk the hands back into our fold, making space for the belly, right? Pulling it inside this space between the thighs and then melting that heart center down. As much or as little as you feel led. And then here's where you decide. Are you going to extend that left leg back behind you in cobra? You're going to hang out here in this version of 90-90. Maybe your leg is extended towards the side. All of these different little variations bring different gifts for our body. So you might try something different on this side just now, if it feels right. Every variation of every posture brings us different little gifts to explore and discover. When you're ready, walk the hands towards the body, rise up tall. Let's go ahead and end our practice on our backs. I'm going to take a moment to turn my clock back on because we're in all sorts of fun stuff this morning. Keeping that strap nearby, making your way back onto your back. Bending those knees, planting the pads of the feet, no blanket underneath you this time. Acclimate the low back, let it settle on down. What does that feel like? Maybe you take a little knee sway left and right. It's just my favorite way to invite my low back and my hips to the party, especially after all of the work that we've done. And you might try heel toe the feet together till the big toes touch-ish, till the knees press together-ish, and then sway the knees. We're just going to try just little subtle variations. Now pause with the knees skyward, heel toe them hip distance apart, and sway again. Just noticing the subtle differences. Maybe you like one version better than the other. Maybe they bring totally different gifts. And then when you're ready, pause with those knees skyward, heel toe them out wide as they go comfortably, and then sway again, big windshield wipers. Such little variations to the same exact posture. Such different gifts. That's why we toss shame aside when our body doesn't want to do the posture suggested by the teacher. That's simply because a variation hasn't been provided to you that honors your shape. And that's not on you. That's on us as teachers. When you're ready, pause with those knees skyward, heel toe them back in, hip distance apart. And we're going to try doing that hip strengthening move one more time. And I just want to show you how easy it is when you don't have that blanket underneath you. So planting the pad of the right foot, lift that left knee. Let's do some point and flex so that our toes get some good love too, and our feet get some good love. Do some ankle circles one way and then the other. And then find that engaged stance, pressing through the heel, flexing the toes towards the heart. And then when you're ready, open the knee out towards the side and then close it back up. And you can really press your hands down into the earth to support you as you do this. And you might be like, gosh, why wasn't it this easy earlier? Because I'm secret evil, don't you know? No, it's just a different way to experience this. This is a gentle but effective way to build strength if you have hip and low back pain. And then switch sides, planting the left foot, lifting the right, find the ankle circles. Switch directions. Engage the foot, press through the heel, open that thigh up, moving with the breath as you feel led. We'll take 5 or 6 breaths here. And you might even lift the hands up, place them on the belly if you're looking for a greater challenge, just simply using the strength of your core and back to do this work. And then pause, plant the pad of that right foot. So from here, we're going to take the pad of our left foot and we're going to tuck it behind our right, walking it, heel toeing it on over as far to the right as it goes. And then let the outer left thigh fall open. Beautiful. You might really enjoy this. You might back that right heel up towards the body a little bit, scooting that right heel this way, pulling the left foot closer to the body as well as we just let that left knee hang open. And some folks find this really effective just for stretching the quads. When you're ready, switch sides. So planting both feet, I'm going to tuck the top of my right foot behind my left, heel toe it on over, and then let my right knee fall open. And like I said, you can tuck that left heel a little closer to your body, and then yet again, let that right knee fall open. This is just a subtle little stretch. 11 on the hip flexors and the top of the thighs. You might even sweep your arms up overhead, opening that heart center, or open the arms out into cactus pose. And then release that right foot when you're ready. Let's take a big old twist here, grabbing your strap. We'll bring both knees up in towards the chest. And I just do this by threading the strap behind the knees and then inviting those knees up. And then you can just hold on to that strap or the back of the knees or the tops of the knees. Maybe you take a little sway left and right. This just brings the back massage a little further up into the back. And then from here, rolling on all the way over to the left side, we're going to tee the right arm out wide. And maybe it doesn't feel good for your shoulder to tee it out wide. That's all right. Leave your palm on your belly and relax that right shoulder blade down towards the earth. Make it work for your body. In the ways that delight you. You might lift your head up from your mat and turn it in the opposite direction of your knees. Let it soften once more. Let the shoulder blades soften once more. If you really want to find intensity in the low back in this twist even more, you might extend that top leg out long. So we keep the knees pinned together. We just extend the top leg point to toe. I find a lot of days extending the leg out for me is just a little too much. And then soften, let it go, relax through the hips, the low back, the belly. Let those shoulder blades melt. Let the neck and the back of the head find ease. And then when you're ready, turn that head skyward, roll back up onto your back. Take a moment, maybe with a little sway here, finding our equilibrium after such a big twist. And then let's switch sides. Roll those knees on over towards the right. Find a home for that left arm. Where does it want to be? Maybe you lift the head, get the neck into this twist by turning towards that outstretched arm. Let your jaw relax as your hips and knees grow heavy. If you want to extend that top leg out,
to intensify this twist, you go for it. With a willingness to explore our body without judgment, we find home here. The more that we meet ourselves in these places, the less scary it is to be in our body during the day. The more familiar we become with our emotions because we can sense their sensation in our body. When you're ready, turn that head skyward, roll back onto your back, and then an optional Supta Baddha Konasana here. So option to bring the pads of the feet together, let the knees out wide. If it doesn't feel good to hang out like this, you might simply reverse it, heel toe the feet out wide, let the knees fall inward. So however you feel comfortable spending this time, find a home for your arms, maybe up above, maybe out wide, maybe you do some snow angel arms to find their perfect spot, and then let the arms rest heavy here. We'll take our Shavasana in whichever pose you've chosen. And our goal here for Shavasana is just to let go, to find ease, a moment of stillness amidst all of the movement of life, a moment to find the calm amidst the chaos inside ourselves. And so we hang out here, softening the backs of the arms, softening through the throat, the face, feeling the head weight heavy into the earth as we relax the shoulder blades, the belly, and the hips, the inner thighs and the outer thighs, softening the calves of the feet, the ankles, letting that sweet gentleness trickle out through the toes of the feet. Here we are. This is the present moment. Each time the mind wanders and judges, it will. It's a mind, and it's just doing what it's been trained to. We gently train it towards peace and ease by inviting it back into the body to notice the rise and fall of the breath, to acknowledge the sweet gentleness of the body in this moment. And then just because tension is sneaky and it's habitual, which is why we habitually practice releasing it, you might just observe anywhere tension has snuck up. Maybe the low back, maybe the shoulders have started to engage or flex. Maybe the belly has tensed. Just bring softness. One more time, let softness radiate from your inside core all the way out through your fingertips and toes. And then when the time is right, begin a reawakening, a wiggling of the toes, unrushed, right? Our goal here isn't to become awake. Our goal is to experience the reawakening of our body. Maybe you extend the legs long, pressing through the arms, through the legs, finding all this length in the body, and then relax it on down. Continuing to invite movement up into the arms, in the neck. And as you reawaken, you might roll over onto your side body, head on up into a seat of your choice to end our practice. Palms at the heart center if it feels right. Maybe a gentle bow in the head. And then as your thumbs touch that heart center from that place, let gratitude radiate. You did this. You showed up. You made it work. Even when it wasn't convenient, even when you were worried it might be a waste of time or you didn't have the space. You did it. Give yourself thanks. Know that this practice and the fruits of it ripple far beyond this moment. Thank you for spending time with me. The light and the dark in me sees the light and the dark in you, and we are the same.